Good morning, fans, and welcome to another great edition of Mountain State Wrestling. I am the voice of tradition, Jonathan Stiles, here with Stephen Hensley. We got a great main event here for you this morning. Former Gift Garage member and new television champion, Ricky Shane, defends that title against Bryan Kyle.
Well, that's going to be an absolutely tremendous contest, and I can't wait, after the disrespect that Ricky Shane's shown Bryan Kyle over the last couple weeks, to see Bryan Kyle, TYFHO, take your freaking head off Ricky Shane tonight. It's going to happen, and I can't wait to see it.
And fans, at this time, we have a major announcement from the CEO of Mountain State Wrestling, Leonard Sims.
Thank you, Jonathan Stiles. This time I would like for the Bunkhouse boys to come down to the ringside area.
My boys.
Good morning, gentlemen.
How are you, sir?
Good morning, gentlemen.
Morning, how are you?
Good, how are you, sir?
How dare you shake their hands?
And also at this time, I would like for Derek Billings and Bryan Kyle, 2/3 of Gift Garage, to come out.
He only called for 2/3 of, not 3/3. They need to go back to 5th grade math class and learn what 2/3 is.
Second grade math class.
We all standing behind 2 people.
Hey, gentlemen. How are you doing?
Gentlemen.
That's right.
And Bunkhouse boys.
Oh, that's deplorable.
There has been some matches of recent, of which there have been inconclusive finishes between the Gift Garage and the Bunkhouse boys. Effective immediately, there will be no physical confrontations of any kind until your title match with the Bunkhouse boys on December the 11th
What?
in Bryan, West Virginia.
Is that because the confrontation in Alderson? Huh? Is that because the
That's
confrontation?
one reason.
If I was a bunch
Is it
of
because
cowards
they
like
tried
the
to eat
Bunkhouse
us?
boys, I'd do it too.
That's the reason?
They're not going to eat.
Make sure, gentlemen, you understand what my ruling is. You want the title match to prove that you all can be champions.
We're Gandhi over here. We understand that the Bunkhouse boys are a bunch of cowards. That's what we understand.
Coward. You want a coward? I'll give you a coward. I'll give you a coward, big boy. I'll give you a coward.
Gentlemen.
We can't lose our title shot. We can't lose our title shot. Back up. Back up. Back up.
Double dog here.
You want to bring the belt?
Soon enough.
Bring the belt. Bring the belt. Back up. Just bring the belt. Bring the championship.
No titles can be taken away from you guys.
You got the title shot. That's where you are. Don't lose it.
We're not the ones with the temper problem, Leonard Sims. We're good.
No, just the cheating problem.
Just bring the championship.
December the 11th in Bryan, West Virginia.
We will retain our title.
Thank you, gentlemen.
We're just coming after this title too. Come on, come on.
Come after them while you take them.
Come on.
Fans, how about that big news about that tag team title match in Rand? Now, let's hear from Larry Light how you can bring Mountain State Wrestling to your area.
This is Commissioner Larry Light. If you'd like to see the great TV stars of NWA Mountain State Wrestling come to your town, give us a call at area code 304-673-2054 or check us out on the web at mountainstatewrestling.com.
Fans, let's go to the back and get some comments from the Bunkhouse boys on the CEO's decision for the no contact rule between the Bunkhouse boys and the Gift Garage.
Gentlemen, you got some bittersweet news from Leonard Sims this morning. Your reaction to getting a tag team title shot but not being allowed to touch the Gift Garage until that big match in Rand.
we've been warned about the no contact stipulation by Mr. Sims. Now it says right here, we cannot physically altercation with Derek Billings or Bryan Kyle before the big match it ran for the tag team titles. I've read it, Bandit's read it, it's going to be out on the internet, everybody's going to see it, but it's right here in writing, and we've been warned. But the big match in Rand, you're ours, boys.
Rand, West Virginia, NWA Mountain State Tag Team titles are coming back to where they rightfully belong.
Fans, check out mountainstatewrestling.com for that upcoming date in Rand, West Virginia. Let's get to the ring for all the action.
Terrific opening contest this week, Styles.
Absolutely. And I tell you what, the 4-time tag team champions are really going to get a chance to showcase their talents against the up-and-comers, the Baronis brothers.
I know, and we always talk about the weight advantage and the power advantage that the Bunkhouse boys normally have. In this contest, they're going against two guys that they're going to be able to throw around like they're a sack of feathers. Well, quite literally, the weight difference between Baronis brother number one, who number two, whatever you want to call them, is substantially different. Big Willie Blackheart's got about a good 300 pounds on this young man.
Well, but Brent has the advantage then because he's the more wiry of the two in the ring. Yeah, if I was him, I would not try to get in a lockup with Big Willie Blackheart, but I would just be bouncing around that ring like a rubber ball and stick and move, baby, stick and move.
Well, you can talk stick and move all you want, but right now it appears to me this is the equivalent of watching a Chihuahua try to go to town against a black bear.
We remember that old phrase, it is not the size of the dog in the fight, but the size of the fight in the dog. And the Baronis brothers have major fighting in them. Oh my!
Well, you might want to question the IQ of the dog that would go into a fight against a black bear. I mean, quite literally, look at this, look at this. I said at the beginning, I'm going to keep pushing this whole match until it sinks into your thick skull, Jonathan Styles. The Bunkhouse boys are just dominantly bigger than these two young men. Yes, they can move quickly around the ring, but one thing they may want to do is quickly move towards the exits right now.
No, these two men are so aggressive in their quest to make a name for themselves that I can't see them doing anything but giving 110% here this morning.
Well, what they may want to do is go to church and light a couple of prayer candles if they hope to be victorious against the Bunkhouse boys. You see right now, who number two circling around the Bandit. The Bandit, collar and elbow tie up. Who number two comes out of it.
What?
Wrist lock and a nice arm bar there. Tagging to his partner, who number one.
The other last down from the heavens by Brandon.
And the Bandit certainly looks to be in some pain right now.
Absolutely, these men are wrenching his arm. Pretty good, and another aloha stomp. Fly high. And there you go, brother.
This is good, effective, sound strategy by the Who's from Whoville. What you want to do in a contest like this is definitely take away one of the limbs of the Bunkhouse boys so they can't put their arms around you and squeeze the life out of you so they can't manhandle you with power moves.
Wow, what a great double drop kick and penny gear combination. Oh, and if you notice, the other thing that the Baronis brothers aren't doing correctly is they have cut that ring off in half and kept Big Willie Blackheart from making the tag.
Well, that appears to be what they're doing correctly, but I don't think you're noticing here, Styles. The Bandit is slowly working the action in the ring towards his corner bit by bit. And you see who number one going for a drop toe hold. Bandit too strong, but a clothesline by who number two, and he's down on his back.
Oh, that's horrible.
Kick out with authority by the Bandit. Wouldn't expect much less from a man as dominant and strong as he is against a man who is as small as who number two.
And speaking of being dominant and strong, what about that upcoming match in Rand on December 11th where the Bunkhouse boys could become 5-time tag team champions?
I've got to tell you, Jonathan Styles, my heart is torn on this one. It's my favorite tag team, the Bunkhouse boys, going against the young men that I believe are truly the future of this business. Two men that I am so proud of that words cannot even begin to describe my admiration for them. Dynamite Derek Billings and the legit hit Bryan Kyle of the Gift Garage.
Excuse me, I was a little nauseous there when you said future of the business. The only future
I
these
know it
guys...
makes you nauseous to think about the future of wrestling because one thing is certain, you won't be there, Styles.
Oh, that's a completely absurd. And Dennis is trying to get in there.
You see Big Willie Blackheart just measuring who number two, while the Who's down in Whoville, they say that who number one and two bit off a little bit more than they could chew that day.
Well, why don't you talk about the Lorax? We're going to go for the Dr. Shoe references. I mean, at least that's the movie that's coming out. And now
You see back the action in the ring, though. Big Willie Blackheart just wrenching away.
Brandon.
He has a name?
Yes, he has a name. It's Brandon.
The wonders never cease. Big Willie Blackheart, bionic elbow to the top of the head of the Who.
And now Big Willie Blackheart doing probably a rookie mistake by taunting Brent when he should be trying to capitalize on Brandon's dizziness.
Well, Brandon appears to be looking for the cat in the hat.
Hey, you got the name right. Good for you, sir. So I gotta ask you, that night in Rand, when you were in the front row eating your nachos, who is it you're gonna root for in that tag match?
Well, Jonathan Styles, I'm going to do what I always do. I'm going to impartially call a terrific contest between two top-tier teams.
You impartially calling things is saying that Sarah Palin is friendly to America.
Sarah Palin is friendly to America.
That moving
She asked me out one time. I didn't have time on my calendar for her, though.
Moving on.
It wasn't anything personal.
No, that's horrible.
Nice Irish whip by the Bandit, but the Bandit missing big with that shoulder block there.
Wait a minute, no! Stop short by the power of the Bandit.
Tried to climb a tree that's a little too tall.
Wait a minute, oh, wait a minute, yes!
Holy God almighty, can you believe that one, Jonathan Styles?
Absolutely.
Double monkey flip.
5 minutes has elapsed in the contest, 5 minutes remaining.
But no matter what they do, they just can't seem to come up with a pinfall on the Bunkhouse boys. How many times have we seen the story? The teletape, they go for a cover, and they almost get rocketed through the roof of this building.
They're really going to have to do some aggressive wrestling here and continue to capitalize if they plan on going on with the victory. They can't give either Bandit or Big Willie Blackheart a moment to breathe out there.
Well, they're definitely being aggressive right now. You saw that roll through with that arm drag there. And Who number 2 is just staying on top of things. Body slam attempt by the Bandit, but he just rolls with it. He's staying on top of things, doing exactly what a young, quick man needs to do in a contest like this. Not move out of the way for anything, stay on top of things, duck and dive, and just drag through everything with the tenacity of a pit bull.
And you have to be very impressed by Brandon and his ability out there. 6 minutes has elapsed in the match, 4 minutes remaining.
I'm very impressed that Brandon would dare get into the ring with a man like the Bandit. Nice clothesline, though, a hangman-style clothesline from the man hailing from Lubbock, Texas.
Oh my, what a power move by
Just
Bandit.
Pushes him down to the canvas. And you see these young men trying move after move on the Bandit, and the Bandit is too big and too strong, just not moving out of the way for anything, not falling for anything. Big Willie Blackheart has had enough of this. It's like watching ants try to bite away.
And where's the referee? Why is he not doing anything to stop this? Stop!
Big Willie Blackheart, he's just playing the part of the good-natured son, helping out Dad, knocking the ants off his back. And a big splash.
What a horrible
on the
double
corner.
team effort. Wait a minute, the
Sends him in there.
Oh my!
The Bandit just plants him. That's going to be the end of this one.
The winner of the match, the Bunkhouse Boys!
Fans, let's go backstage now and get comments from the Dark Horse Matt Barnett, the junior heavyweight champion, and his opponent today, the Master of Mayhem, Jeff Mayhem.
Jeff Mayhem, you think you got a lot of slick moves. You think you look real nice in the ring. You're walking around calling yourself Mr. 8x10 now. Well, that's fine. I'm the Dark Horse, and I'm a one-trick pony. I'm going to hit you with one move all night, and then I'm going to get the pin. 1, 2, 3. Because I'm the Dark Horse, and that's how I do.
Matt Barnett. You know, last week, you got lucky. Leonard Sims restarted the match 3 times.
We beat you twice.
Twice out of those 3 times. The third time was a count out because I was just too tired. I didn't feel like putting up with you anymore. But tonight, Matt Barnett, be certain
He's a loser.
that Mr. 8x10, Jeff Mayhem,
Show him what you
is
got.
going home with the gold.
Turn around that way. Mr. 8x10, Jeff Mayhem, your new, soon-to-be, NWA Mountain State Wrestling Junior Champion.
Freddie Cornell, the one man in the wrestling business that can make the outlaw rock star blush.
Wow!
But he's definitely a credit to the future of the career of Jeff Mayhem. Freddie Cornell appears to be making his way over to our announce table. How are you doing, sir?
This guy, Jonathan, because you suck just like these bunch of people in Matoka.
You know, I couldn't agree with you more, Freddie Cornell. It's nice to sit down with a gentleman who knows to call things how they are, like you.
That's right. Mr. Sims, we told him from day one when we enter NWA Mountain State Wrestling that Jeff Mayhem was going to be the next NWA Mountain State Junior Champion. I told him from day one.
And Jeff Mayhem certainly looking good in the ring right now. Big scoop slam on Matt Barnett.
Home, yeah, baby.
Misses with a double knee there. Barnett goes for a
He's
cover.
got the trunks. Look at that.
Matt Barnett's a bit of a shortcut taker. I'll concede that point.
I'm telling you, look at him. I mean, I don't take anything away from Barnett, but he don't have the talent to be a champion material.
And he also, you know, you call him the dark horse. He's supposed to be the guy that people don't expect to win. He's the guy that people have said can win a match out of nowhere when nobody thinks they can do it, when the odds are against him. But one thing that he doesn't have, as much heart as he has, as much as the people are behind him, he doesn't have the champion's heart the way that Jeff Mayhem does.
No, Jeff Mayhem is great talent material. I mean, he comes from School of Hard Knocks. I mean, he trained with Jerry Lynn, ECW's original. Look at that. Good as that.
God almighty, what a neck breaker.
Look at that. That's just right there, talent for you. Look at that stuff.
There's that championship heart kicking out.
This ref from Matoka. Jonathan Styles, be quiet.
I think Jonathan taught him how to count to 3. That may be the problem in this one.
Oh, so you guys are
You know what? Jonathan's just like these people. They cheer for whoever. Barnett, I bet, is he related to you, Jonathan?
No, he is not.
Are you sure?
I'm absolutely positive.
Because I'm telling you, I thought for sure that I thought he was your brother. Check your family tree line, Jonathan.
It's a straight line, don't worry about checking it. But back in the ring, you see Jeff Mayhem here really cinching in that rear chin lock. It appears that he may be cutting out the air of Matt Barnett. Matt Barnett struggling to make his way back up to his feet, but he backs Jeff Mayhem into the corner. Vicious elbow shot to the midsection of Jeff Mayhem.
Look at that. I gotta go.
Oh, jeez. Thank goodness.
Jeff Mayhem reversing the Irish whip there.
You know what? The phrase "good riddance to bad rubbish" never felt so good to say once Freddie Cornell left.
Jonathan Styles, I'm going to ignore that you said that. As always, you're a day late, a dollar short, your wit's far behind us. Nobody cares what you have to say. But back in the ring, look at this. Good God almighty. Jeff Mayhem, the sequence of moves we've seen from him this evening, it's a highlight reel all by itself.
This evening, well, you might want to check your clock at 11 a.m. But now, pinned it all. No. Barnett kicks out again. Barnett really digging deep and fighting to not get pinned and retain that junior heavyweight championship this morning.
Barnett showing that heart that helped guide him to the championship victory over Diablo Jr. But no matter what he does in that ring tonight, Jeff Mayhem just seems to be 2 steps ahead of him. This is the match that Jeff Mayhem's been waiting for. He came in here to be a champion, and right now he has his opportunity, and he looks like he's going to make sure that he makes the most of that opportunity.
Well, I will concede that Jeff Mayhem is trying to make the most of any opportunity he does have, but Barnett is the champion. He does have that championship advantage. You got time limits, countouts, disqualifications. There's plenty of ways that title can be retained. But Barnett retains the suplex, though. Yeah, there's Barnett going at it, baby.
And you saw in that exchange there, time and time again, Matt Barnett blocked the attempted fisherman suplex by Jeff Mayhem. And in this one, he was able to reverse it. And for the first time in a long time this match, he has the opportunity to reverse his fortunes thus far. And a stiff forearm shot to Jeff Mayhem. And Matt Barnett is trying to stay on top of him.
Oh, Lord, boy, what a horrible thing by Jeff Mayhem.
What an intelligent thing by Jeff Mayhem. You see, Matt Barnett had the opportunity to try to come back in this one, but Jeff Mayhem said, Guys like Jonathan Styles, they might not like what I do, but it doesn't matter what guys like Jonathan Styles and the people of Matoka think. I'm going to walk out of this thing the victor. I'm going to walk out of this thing the junior heavyweight champion.
Wait, Barnett reversing.
Fireman's carry. Good God almighty, just drives his face straight through the mat on that one.
And where's Dennis with the count? Get down to 1, 2. Yeah, or could have been 3 if the ref had just been a little faster.
And the look of frustration on Matt Barnett's face tells the story.
Matt
Barnett, so desperate to hold on to his title.
Remaining.
But he's got the mind games of Freddie Cornell on the outside, and he's got the superior athletic abilities of Jeff Mayhem on the inside.
No, wait, Barnett, don't get distracted. Don't get this. No. Oh, wait a minute. What is Cornell doing?
Matt Barnett appears to have gotten something into his eyes. Jeff Mayhem moving into position to capitalize. Back suplex into a neck breaker. Jeff Mayhem going for the cover. 1, 2, 3, and we have a new junior heavyweight champion. Ladies and gentlemen.
You might want to actually learn how to use that thing.
Where's it at?
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match, a new NWA Mountain State Wrestling Junior Heavyweight Champion, Jeff Mayhem!
I can't even say that. It's a bunch of... I have never seen such blatant cheating in all my life.
I've never seen the junior heavyweight title look better in my life.
This is absolutely disgusting.
Matt Barnett, I told you over and over again since day one that when Freddie Cornell brought Jeff Mayhem into NWA Mountain State Wrestling, well, we was coming for the junior heavyweight title, and that's exactly what we did. We made an example of you and the rest of these folks around here that denied us and said Jeff Mayhem is a nobody. Well, Leonard Sims, how do you like it now? Bring Chris Miles, bring Jason Kincaid. I don't care who you got.
November 19th, Mount Hope Community Center, Mount Hopeless, West Virginia, the town that killed Hank Williams. Jason the Gift Kincaid will be there, and I am the most heart-stopping, jaw-dropping, eye-popping, high-flying, death-defying, awe-inspiring wrestler in the world today. Do you need any other reason to be there?
Saturday, December 4th, 2010, the Gift Garage once again comes to Summersville, West Virginia. You know what? The last time the Gift Garage was in Summersville, West Virginia, me and Dynamite Derek Billings almost brought home the North American Tag Team titles. Well, I guess you're just going to have to come out and see this time what we do. December 4th, Summersville. Be there.
Friday, December 10th, 2010, Hinton, West Virginia. Once again, the greatest team in professional wrestling rolls in to destroy the competition. So gather your change and come out and see the Gift Garage.
Let's go to those comments now from the NWA Mountain State Wrestling Heavyweight Champion, the Maestro.
Not for long.
Followed by Jason the Gift Kincaid.
Soon to be champ.
Jason the Gift Kincaid. You and I, we're no strangers to each other. You were former NWA Mountain State Heavyweight Champion. You faced the very best in this business. And you quite possibly are one of my toughest, if not the toughest opponent I've ever been in a ring with. But Jason, this is your night to see if you can make that climb to the top. To be la creme once again. To be the top guy, to be a top dog. Because Stro, the people's champion, ducks no challenge. I'll take on all comers. I'm even challenging other champions like the NWA World Heavyweight Champion. So whenever he gets his pencil-pushing buddy, the president, Mr. Robert Trowbridge, to get off his keister and get the job done and sign the contract, we'll get ours done. But in the meantime, it's you and me, Jason. The people's champ and the gift. One more time. Let's see if you got what it takes this time to hit the top. Ooh la la.
Once again, one more time, Jason the Gift Kincaid, the most heart-stopping, jaw-dropping, eye-popping, high-flying, death-defying, awe-inspiring wrestler in the world today. The Gift goes toe-to-toe, blow for blow, hold for hold with the Stro, but it's not for the gold, which is just despicable. How many times are you going to do this to me, Maestro? How many times are you going to sign up to wrestle me, but you won't put the belt on the line? Because all I hear around town is, Jason Kincaid, you're a wrestler, right? Where's your belt? I heard you were the best. Where's your belt? And you know what? I don't have that belt because the Maestro took it away from me. And even though I read somewhere that that's not even recognized by the National Wrestling Alliance, so I should be the champion, and it's my birthright to be the champion. So today on NWA Mountain State TV, Maestro, I'm going to get even if I can't get the gold.
What an exciting match. And fans, If you're worried that you may one day miss one of the exciting matches that we show every Sunday, 11 to 12 on Fox 59 NWA Mountain State Wrestling, be sure to check us out the following Monday as new videos will be uploaded on our YouTube channel.
Absolutely, and if you haven't checked out the new website at mountainstatewrestling.com, it's a great success. I've been there. We have a shop area now. We have videos. We have rankings. We have even a picture of you.
That's absolutely right. And if you want to know how you can advertise with a quality company like NWA Mountain State Wrestling in association with Cucumber Incorporated,
yeah, actually, you go to cucumberandcompany.com. They are the subsidiaries that have been filming our wonderful show since the first broadcast day.
and we're thankful for them. If you want to put together a quality advertisement, be sure you talk to those guys.
Absolutely, I guarantee you. That's one thing you and I can agree on, Steve. Is
just like the gift garage, Dwayne Muncie can guide you to success.
You're going to actually make me have to say that, aren't you?
I sure am.
Okay.
If you want success, just like the gift garage, be sure you get in touch with Dwayne Muncie.
Absolutely. Cucumber and Company, gentlemen, out of Beckley, West Virginia.
But back to the action in the ring. You see the Maestro there, locking up with Jason Kincaid, trying to subdue him. Jason Kincaid, though, going through that. But the Stro, reversing already, carries him up to a fireman's carry position. And the Gift trying to fight out of that maneuver. Back to a vertical base.
And Stro trying to take him down off of his feet now and stretch him out like a rubber band.
Kincaid trying to hold on to the arm and the wrist of the Maestro, though, gets back into the ropes there. And the referee administering a 5 count. Break. Stomped to the arm of the Maestro by Jason Kincaid. Stro back into the corner.
And I tell you what, if you think this match, if you think this match is something, fans, wait till you see that man Bryan Kyle get a butt whipping from former Gift Garage member Ricky Shane right after this.
You really do live in the same land of make-believe as the little Muppets of the Mountain State, don't you, Jonathan?
It is not make-believe.
Jonathan, with all due respect, I believe we need to focus on the action in the ring and show respect to the competitors.
Absolutely. The Maestro is a great man. We should not be ignoring his match.
And Jason Kincaid in the ring, showing his skill with that leg lock on the Maestro, completely subduing him and applying unlimited amounts of pressure on that ankle of the Stro.
And now Stro attempting to reverse and put a submission maneuver of his own on.
And the Gift trying to push up out of that maneuver and jockey for momentum. The Stro, though, very big, very strong, and for the moment at least, he's the one who's in position. And you see him locking that leg up there.
Oh, wait a minute! Oh, what a great leg lock submission by the Maestro!
And you see the positioning of the Maestro's left foot is directly on top of the patella of Jason Kincaid, and that is a sliding bone. And what I imagine the Maestro might be trying to do here is cause as much damage as possible, obviously, but maybe also cause that bone to slide out of position. And if that happens, the Gift is in a lot of trouble.
Absolutely. I don't know if you've ever had a knee injury, Steve, but they are one of the most painful things possible and take a long time to recover from.
Well, I've never had a knee injury, Jonathan Stiles. Just like Jason the Gift Kincaid, I'm too gifted to fall prey to such an amateur tactic.
That is not an amateur tactic. The Stro is a great veteran who has wrestled worldwide, has been very successful, and has been successful since his debut here in Mountain State Wrestling. I mean, the man is champion for the 4th time now.
The man looks like he stumbled out of bed drunk and somehow found a wrestling arena. What are you talking about, Jonathan Stiles?
I'm trying to give Stro credit where credit's due. And Jason Kincaid now slowing the pace of this match down. Kincaid, known to be a very cerebral wrestler and wrestle that style of a submission specialist when the mood hits him.
That's absolutely right. This is a little atypical of the Gift. The Gift normally known for flying around that ring. We're used to seeing moonsaults. We're used to seeing him springboard off the ropes. We're used to seeing him do things that are just, for lack of any other term, daredevil antics. And they're risky maneuvers for anyone, but he pulls them off with style. But this is something the Maestro probably didn't count on today.
And I tell you what, I will give credit where credit is due. Jason Kincaid is a real student of the game, studying tapes, wrestling in matches all over the East Coast and in the South.
You see the Stro, though, a reversal of fortune, stretching the Gift, and he rolls him over into a modified crucifix pinfall attempt. The Gift, though, lateral press of his own. Stro kicks out, front face lock by the Gift, into a armbar, shot to the midsection. Stro stepping over, and he's pulling the Gift down to the canvas with a modified grapevine armbar leg lock maneuver, and the Gift in trouble here. As soon as I say that, though, there's a gifted wrestler on the face of God's green earth, back up to a vertical base, and he's stomping away on the Maestro. just going all over the place here. He's going to stomp on every corner of his body, and I got to tell you, I enjoy it. Gift up to the middle ring.
Oh, and showing some serious trouble now.
So much momentum, and you see the look of pain on the face of the Maestro.
So now the Maestro, he's really gonna have to fight his way out of that corner and get aggressive against Kincaid. And just like that, Maestro switching the pace of the match to his favor.
And Jason the Gift Kincaid right now on the receiving end, for the first time in a long time in this contest, he's truly being taken to task by the Maestro.
5 minutes has elapsed in the match, 10 minutes remaining.
And you see the Gift looking for a way out of this one. The Maestro may be in control now, but all it takes is one miscalculation. The Gift will be right up back on top of this one.
It looks like Kincaid trying to kick the lower back and kidney area of the Maestro.
And the Maestro back down on his back. And Jason the Gift Kincaid, you see the way that he's just torquing away on that foot. I mean, this is an ankle injury waiting to happen right now, on top of a patella injury, on top of a hamstring injury, on top of a quadriceps injury, on top of calves that have to be burning like fire right now trying to keep up with Jason the Gift Kincaid.
Wow, and that's a lot to keep up with, fans. And I tell you, if there's anything the Maestro has to do, it's continuing to do, which is reverse the submissions of Jason the Gift Kincaid.
And that was a stiff shot.
Respect him.
Well, there's some sound advice if ever I heard it. Styles, shut your mouth and respect Jason the Gift Kincaid.
I respect the Maestro. What are they talking about?
Good God, did you see that boot to the head there? Sure, maybe out of this one. That's Concussion City.
I tell you what, it's going to take a lot more than that to put down the heavyweight champion, the Maestro.
Well, Jonathan Styles, I hate to admit it, but the Maestro is an incredible athlete. He's been a dominant force in the industry for a while. But one thing he is not is gifted. And you see the Gift there, still working away on the leg of the Maestro, but the Maestro pulling him in, and you see this choke maneuver, and the Gift may be in some trouble here. And this Maestro just pulling away on the hair, Jason the Gift Kincaid.
And Gift now in the corner as Maestro tries to garner his senses and with some wicked elbows. Just fighting back.
And the Maestro has the Gift in trouble now. A giant thunderous knife edge chop to the chest forces Jason the Gift Kincaid into the corner. And he's signaling it's time for that rapid series of chops to the chest that the Maestro is known for. And Jason the Gift Kincaid down on the canvas. And good God Almighty, you know that's got to hurt.
Absolutely. That rapid series of chops bust open several capillaries as well as damages the pectoral region, making it more difficult to breathe.
Maestro going to cover there. Kick out by the Gift. The Maestro dragging him back up to a vertical base. No.
No, you see, Maestro is very methodical here and is now using the slow pace of the match to his advantage. Gift Rush attempting to kind of talk. Gift Rush is attempting to talk smack out there, but unsuccessful.
Talk smack, I think they're pointing out the obvious, and that's that Jason Kincaid is bound to win this match. The Maestro may have a great submission hold on him at the moment, but Jason the Gift Kincaid, step ahead of him, you see that series of knee shots to the back of the head of the Maestro, and the Maestro crawling over to that bottom rope, which is a wise maneuver because right back on top of things is the Gift, and the referee administering the 5 count, being the only reprieve from the pain that the Maestro is feeling at the moment.
And now, wait a minute, now the Kincaid blatantly cheating and choking. Referee Dennis needs to get in there.
And you see an abdominal stretch there by Jason the Gift Kincaid. Locked in, picture perfect. That might be the most gifted abdominal stretch ever.
It is not the most gifted abdominal stretch ever. Will you hush with your brown nosing?
What are you talking about, Saul? It's the most gifted wrestler ever's putting on. Everything he does is the most gifted version of that hold I've ever seen in my life. I don't know why you're arguing with me.
So
that's right. But back in the ring, the Stro, jockey's out of position there. Belly to back suplex on Jason the Gift Kincaid. And the Stro trying to mount a comeback here. But I think too much damage may have already been done to him. The Stro staring up at the lights. The Gift in the corner. Who's going to be the first man to their feet here, Styles?
Well, I tell you what, it looks like it's going to be the Maestro. The Maestro not as winning as Kincaid. Maybe I spoke a little too soon. Oh, great chop by the Stro. A great chop fest, reminding me of some of that wonderful Japanese wrestling. If you've ever checked it out, Steve, on YouTube.
I have no need to check out Japanese wrestling. The best wrestling on the planet is right here in West Virginia, NWA Mountain State Wrestling.
Obviously, somebody does not want to do their homework. Headbutt by the Maestro.
Jonathan Styles, I have no urge to do homework. All I've got to do to see the best wrestling on the planet is go to YouTube, look up Gift Garage, and I'm set for the day.
Well, with that one video, 10 minutes has elapsed in the match. 5 minutes remaining.
Well, I see that you can count as well as our referee.
Oh.
And Jason the Gift Kincaid boots a fire to the midsection of the Stro.
Oh,
the Stro grabs that.
There you go. The Stro continue to work on that leg region.
The Stro stepping through now. Scorpion deathlock attempt, maybe?
Yes, absolutely.
No.
The sharpshooter. Wait a minute. No. What is this?
The Stro combination scorpion leg lock and a knuckle lock right now. It's also a pinfall attempt here for the moment.
Absolutely, because that can cause some great exhaustion on behalf of Jason the Gift Kincaid.
You want to talk about having a man wrapped up right now, though. Good God Almighty, what a submission maneuver.
I tell you what, Kincaid looks like one of the pretzels from the concession stand with the way he was put together.
But only for a moment, right back on top with a pinfall attempt there, Styles.
I tell you, Kincaid's pulling tricks out of a hat that I have never seen before.
That's because you don't know things that he knows. He's gifted, you're not.
11 minutes has elapsed in the match, 4 minutes remaining.
An exchange of knife-edge chops by the combatants in the ring right now. The Stro and Jason Kincaid just going back and forth on this one. And this is the definition of a competitive match.
And now Kincaid getting back up on his feet, and the Maestro aggressive again on the back.
That's right, the Maestro just measuring him and just falling straight into him with that momentous shoulder block of his. So much size behind that maneuver, so much power. And the Stro, I've talked about before, he has such a broad, such a strong upper body that has to feel like about, I don't know, what is the Stro, about 250, 280?
240 is built at.
240, whatever. It's got to feel like about 600 pounds falling on the back of Jason the Gift Kincaid. And you see the Maestro muscling him down here. And this might be the Song's In crossface maneuver. Can the Gift get to the ropes? The Gift reaching out here. Stro crawling with him, though.
12 minutes has elapsed in the match.
Gift.
3 minutes remaining.
That's right, break the maneuver.
Hey, wait, what's Bryan Kyle doing touching a referee? What happened to the directive that no wrestlers would touch referees or announcers anymore?
Bryan Kyle isn't abusing the referee. He's trying to give him some advice here. This is this young man's first time in a contest. He's trying to teach him how to call this one. Trying to teach him how to observe the victorious opportunity given the Gift.
Darn it!
Thank you, God! Thank you, God! Ladies and gentlemen,
give me that thing before you punch yourself. The winner of the match!
The winner of the match is God's gift to professional wrestling, Jason the Gift Kincaid!
And what is Jason Kincaid doing with the belt?
Jason Kincaid right now is putting an exclamation point at the end of this match. It already said victorious Jason Kincaid non-title match, and right now what he's adding to that is this man is not in my league. It's been my time for a while. He's had the belt for a while now, but the only reason he added is he doesn't have the courage to give me my title opportunity.
The title! He absconded with the title. Get them a token local police.
Sure, you want to see that title again? Make the heavyweight title match happen, you coward.
Fans, let's go backstage for comments from the Gift Garage and Ricky Shane.
The Bunkhouse boys, they finally realized that they couldn't beat us.
Couldn't take us.
You go to the commissioner or whatever, you go to Mr. Sims, and you get a no physical contact clause because you're scared of the Gift Garage. I don't know what it is. They're just scared of us. December 11th in Rand, me and my brother will destroy you. Yeah, we are. And finally send you back to Texas where you belong.
But you know what? That's a little ways off, December 11th. Ricky Shane, I finally get my chance to get in the ring with you and prove why you were the weakest link in the Gift Garage, to prove why you're not on the level of me and you're not on the level of Dynamite Derek Billings, and you're not on the level of Jason the Gift Kincaid. Ricky Shane, I'm going to beat you within an inch of your life, and I'm finally going to get my revenge for the bad name you gave the Gifterage once and for all.
Today, I come into the ring with one of the most fierce competitors Mountain State Wrestling has to offer. This guy's synonymous for knocking guys out. He's synonymous for breaking people's noses. But let me ask you one thing, people. Do you know any of those guys he knocked out? Do you even remember whose nose he broke? That's exactly right, because he's never been in the ring with someone like Ricky Shane, and he won't knock me out. He won't break my nose. You can guarantee it. So, Bryan Kyle, today, you better get ready for the beating of your life.
Now it's time for the main event.
We finally got the NWA Mountain State Board of Directors to give us what we rightfully deserve, and that's a shot at those Mountain State Tag Team belts.
Well, I've got to tell you, if there's a team in this federation that deserves a shot at those belts, it's definitely the Bunkhouse boys.
The only team that even stood a chance at beating us legitimately for those belts was Texas Outlaws. They wasn't here for a long time, but they was the only team that could have actually took those belts from us.
Well, Mr. Bandit, this is a rare occasion, but I beg to differ. There's a man out there and his brother on the outside that if there's stiff competition for you in this business, it's definitely the future of wrestling. Dynamite Derek Billings will legit hit Bryan Kyle.
You have to excuse the ignorance of my commentary partner, Bandit, by making that statement.
They may be the future of the business, but come December the 11th, they're going to be former tag team champions.
There you go. That's the way
That's
it
a
is.
bold statement, but the Bandit's a bold man.
And Bandit is now stranger to singles gold either. You are sitting next to a former television champion.
That's correct.
I'm sitting next to a all-time barroom brawling champion too, by my account.
Maggie May Bar and Grill.
Maggie May, baby, steak and eggs.
I do enjoy a steak and egg dinner myself, and I've got to admit, I'm torn. But one thing, I've always been a fan of the work of Dynamite Derek Billings, the legit hit Bryan Kyle, and you guys have been my all-time favorite tag team for so long, I can't even remember a time I didn't refer to you as my favorite tag team. But one thing I am looking forward to is that big tag team title match. If there's one that I encourage you fans to watch, December 11th, Rand, West Virginia, it's going to be the Gifterage, Dynamite Derek, and the legit hit Bryan Kyle against the two men sitting next to me right now, the Bunkhouse boys.
I'm not going to take nothing away from Derek Billings and Bryan Kyle. Bryan Kyle's former TV champion. Derek Billings is former heavyweight champion. They're the current NWA tag team champions. I'm not taking nothing away from them. The fact is, those belts belong to the Bunkhouse boys.
One point I'd like to make, as we were getting dressed out, is that our understanding we have a new junior heavyweight champion?
Unfortunately, yes, Jeff Mayhem, under suspect circumstances, is the new junior heavyweight champion.
Well, come December the 11th, you're going to have new tag team champions. So everybody come out, come to Rand, West Virginia, come to the big show, and you'll see a history in the making of new tag team champions.
Gentlemen, I mean no disrespect, but back to the action in the ring. There is a terrific contest going on right now. Former teammates Ricky Shane, Bryan Kyle, a lot of bad blood here, a lot of history, and we have got one amazing contest going on right now. This is going to be an historic rivalry as the former king of Mountain State Wrestling, Ricky Shane, takes on his former brother in the Gifterage, Bryan Kyle.
And gentlemen, I have to ask you, how does it feel to have that stipulation of no physical contact before
You need to pay
round?
attention to your brother.
I just had to stretch my legs, leg cramps, I just had to
I
stretch my
understand
legs.
that, but getting back to that stipulation.
You just need to pay attention.
But getting back to that stipulation, how does it feel? No physical contact before round.
Oh, good God, back in the ring though, King Richard just got his freaking head taken off by a TYFHO clothesline by Bryan Kyle. Near pinfall there. Ricky Shane's in trouble.
Ricky Shane is not in trouble.
Really? He looks like he's in trouble to me, but then again, I suppose a man lying flat on his back, half beaten to death, is pretty much the position you're used to being in.
I tell you what, you give him 2 minutes, he'll be back up and whipping Bryan Kyle like a bad kid in Walmart.
That will probably happen the same day that I see an attractive woman sitting next to you, Jonathan Styles.
Oh, that was
was a good one.
I thought so too, thank you very much. But back to the action. Ricky Shane on the outside, getting some stiff shots by Dynamite Derek, who's trying to give him what he most needs in wrestling at this point. It's a wake-up call. You gave up your best shot at wrestling immortality when you walked away from being a part of the Gift Garage, Ricky Shane. I don't know what you were thinking. You were on top of the world. You just won the TV title, and you're getting ready to lose not only your title, but all of your credibility when Bryan Kyle mops the floor with you.
Hey, in my opinion, he didn't walk away. He stepped up, brother. He stepped up when he stepped out on his own.
Willie, it's not often that I disagree with you, but I'm going to have to disagree with you on this one. Ricky Shane has lost his freaking mind. And you see in the ring right now, for all his talent, for all of his ability, Bryan Kyle firmly in control with that rear chin lock, placing that knee firmly in the back, just wearing away at Ricky Shane, grinding away at those vertebrae and those back muscles.
See, Ricky doesn't need to rely on the Gift. He doesn't need to rely on Bryan. He doesn't need to rely on Derek. He's a natural, brother. We told him in training he was a natural, and he's stepping up. He's stepping up his game, and he's on his way to the top.
Well, one thing that he may be on his way to right now, and I know that you would like to see him on his way to the top, but I believe he may be looking at losing his television title if he doesn't watch himself out there. The man he's going up against is dangerous, dangerous, dangerous.
5 minutes has elapsed in the match. 5 minutes. Oh, wait a minute. Now,
He's having a battle, two of them. He's actually having a battle, two of them.
Well, he wouldn't have had to do that if he didn't step away from the Gift Garage. They had his back.
Again, it's not stepping away. It's the fact that he saw one small package just coming in. 1, 2, go!
But to no avail. The legit hit, too aware of his ring surroundings to fall prey to such a basic tactic. It's going to take an act of God for Ricky Shane to walk out of this one with his TV title. And you see Bryan Kyle there, modified Bulldog, slamming the face of Ricky Shane straight into the mat, just driving him down by his hair. And he's in so much trouble right now. Ricky Shane, I don't know what you were thinking, brother.
I tell you what, I got to disagree. Gentlemen, if I could get one comment. The no physical contact clause. Any thoughts on the no physical contact clause?
I didn't ask to have it put in there. Bandit didn't ask to have it put in there. Somebody in this match asked to have it put in there.
Good point. And we know it's one of those two cowards out there right now.
Well, with all due respect, the intensity of the rivalry and the lust which both teams have for those tag team titles, I kind of see the point the championship committee's making here. Gigantic power slam by Ricky Shane in the ring.
1, 2. Oh, foot's on the rope.
Foot on the rope there. I can see the point of the championship committee. This is a high-profile tag title match. It's rare that you have a team the caliber of the Gift Garage and the Bunkhouse boys vying for the same titles. But we've got the opportunity to see one of the greatest contests of all time, and I want to see y'all healthy going in that. I don't want there to be any questions after it's over, and I know that's the way you guys want it. It's the way they want it. It's the way the fans want it. And it's going to be one hell of a contest.
That's why you need to show up. Jonathan Styles needs to show up. And every wrestling fan in Mountain State right today, he needs to show up. They're going to see history in the making. We are promising we're coming home with the tag team titles.
And now, poor Ricky Shane on the outside getting double teamed again.
Well, it's not a double team right now. This is a one-on-one exchange there.
Here's my question. I've got the question of the day.
Okay.
You like the Bunkhouse boys, right?
I love the Bunkhouse boys.
But you like Derek and Bryan too.
I love Derek and Bryan.
So during that match, who you gonna get behind and cheer for?
Well, I'm going to do the same thing you've always known me for, Mr. Bandit. I'm going to call the match impartially.
He's going to suck up to the winner. That's going to be it.
What the heck are you talking about? I play it fair. I'm going to sit there, I'm going to cheer, and I'm going to be glad when I see one of the greatest tag team title contests of all time.
And we see,
all I got to say, come December the 11th, I want to see you in that brand new Bunkhouse Boys shirt.
That is a nice t-shirt. How much do those things run?
$15.
Fans, you got to pick yourself up a Bunkhouse Boys t-shirt.
I expect to see you in one come December the 11th.
$4.95 shipping and handling.
Back in the ring, you see Bryan Kyle firmly in control with that rear headlock, and Ricky Shane, he's reaching his hand up right now. I think he's delusional. He believes that maybe somebody will grab his hand and pull him out of this life or death situation, maybe let him escape with his television title. I don't think it's going to happen, though.
Ricky Shane now getting ready to come off the ropes. That's missing the clothesline. This is another, and sunset bomb. This can be it. 1, 2. Oh, the stupid ropes again.
And Bryan Kyle right back up to his feet. Drop kick to the chest of Ricky Shane. Ricky Shane flails back. Bryan Kyle following up. Lateral press. 1, 2. Ricky Shane, a centimeter between his shoulder and the mat, but that's enough to break up the pinfall attempt. Bryan Kyle, mad as all get out now, just driving that forearm down across the face, the bridge of the nose of Ricky Shane. And Ricky Shane is certainly feeling the punishment he's been doled out so far. A double leg takedown though, flips over, pinfall attempt. Nearly got there, but Bryan Kyle back up to his feet. Kick to the head of Ricky Shane. Ricky Shane back in the corner. Bryan Kyle scrapes him out. Snapmare takedown. Ricky Shane is in trouble. How many times have I said that during the match? You didn't hear me say that much, that many times before when it was part of the gift rush.
Ah, there we go. That intestinal fortitude of Ricky Shane helps him kick out.
Well, you can call that intestinal fortitude, but I do believe that might be the rigor mortis setting in from a corpse in the ring.
It is not. Oh! Into the face of Bryan Kyle.
And Bryan Kyle looking up at the lights right now, and if Ricky Shane's had a chance to turn this thing around, it's right now. He needs to get back up to a vertical base and take advantage of this situation while he has a chance.
Would you say he missed that by a foot?
Mr. Blackheart, your rapier wit knows no bounds.
The great wit of Big Willie Blackheart is only surpassed by his appetite.
This appetite for titles.
I don't give a wit, I don't take no wit, I don't put up with no bull wit. You understand me, boy?
Absolutely, sir. And a bulldog by Ricky Shane.
What a pile of wit.
Yes.
Explosive kick out by Bryan Kyle. Forearm smash by Ricky Shane. Shot to the abdomen. Ricky Shane sends Bryan Kyle out of the corner into the opposite turnbuckle. Ricky Shane misses with a body splash attempt. Insecurity to the head of Ricky Shane. Ricky Shane, he's seeing some stars now for sure.
Well, here comes the Bunkhouse boys. Gentlemen, I'll catch you later.
Where are these guys going?
They are calling like they see it. Derek Bowens has been interfering in this match the entire hour, the entire 11 minutes.
Back in the ring, oh my God! Ricky Shane, he's still in this one! No! No!
Now, let's see where Mountain State Wrestling is coming to next.
This is the American Patriot.
Chief Tommy Hawk. Me, come to Mount Hope, November 19th, with American Patriot.
That's right, NWA Mountain State. Mount Hope, the 19th.
Be there.
Aloha, brother. December 4th, Summersville. That's where we're hitting. See the Baronis brothers in live action. NWA, Mountain State Wrestling. Punch time, baby. Woo!
Hey, guess what? December 10th, Hinton Memorial Building. Well, guess what? Life on a farm's kind of laid back, but Hinton, West Virginia, baby, that's the place to be at. Skeeter's going to be there, so bring your hogs, bring your dogs, bring the family, bring the kids. Come on down December 10th, Hinton Memorial Building, because Skeeter's going to be there. See y'all.
Fans, what a big hour it's been. We have a new NWA Mountain State Wrestling Junior Heavyweight Champion, Jeff Mayhem.
That's right, the Master of Mayhem walking away with the belt this week. Matt Barnett, you've seen better days, and dark days are certainly lying right now. But how about that finish with Jason the Gift Kincaid and the Maestro? Jason Kincaid taking off out of this building tonight with the heavyweight title.
What about the Bunkhouse boys getting a victory over the Baronis brothers, and my man, Ricky Shane, retaining the TV title this morning?
Well, you can keep him, Jonathan Styles. I certainly don't want him.
Fans, it's been another great hour. Check out this match on YouTube and all the other great matches now posted there. Thanks to Cucumber & Company. For Jonathan Styles and Stephen Hensley,
the Outlaw Rockstar.
We'll see you next week, Sunday, 11 a.m., Fox 59.